Hello everyone. We're working on a video today about one of my best friends, I'd probably say now at this point, Dylan Haas, Haas Fabrication, HF. He's on Instagram. I'll put stuff somewhere on this video where it says his Instagram handle and his website. So his website is haasfabrication.com. Super simple. There's two A's in Haas, H-A-A-S fabrication.com. He's got a shop there. Guy's real smart. A good dude. So he is a fabricator, he is a welder, he's self-employed, also a veteran. He's in Georgia, he's in near South Carolina border, Savannah area, shipping all over the place. I think he's got a code for, if you spend 50 bucks you get free shipping. I don't know if that applies for Canada, but regardless, this stuff is worth it. It's very cool. You're talking about somebody here that has made a living working in many industries, on a lot of it to do with fabrication and trucks and stuff like that, service trucks, worked at Peterbilt, runs a welding business now, he flew helicopters in the Army, did all kinds of cool stuff. So you're looking at a product lineup here, and we're just scratching the surface with this stuff here. We got a Harbor Freight case of stuff. We can only fit this much, basically. There's more stuff that you can buy. Stuff's constantly gonna be updating. I know he's releasing, right when we release this video, he's gonna be releasing a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's really well thought out. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So the first thing that I thought was really cool, and it's an organizer for the side of your service truck or the side of your torch cart or on the wall in your shop. And so this is for your torches. So you've got a hole in the side here, 1.1 inch. So whatever you mount this to, you can break this loose and then store your different torch tips. So for some of you non-welder type guys, I like to use, I probably carry 3 to 4 different types of tips that are used on the regular. I'll have more in like a pack out or something, but my main things are gonna be like a 000 or a 00 for cutting sheet metal sideways very fast, like demolition style. You're ripping apart dumpsters, you're just trying to get stuff out of the way, demolition, ripping out things, like you're trying to put a new floor in something, you're not worried about the cut quality. And then I have a super long torch tip that I like for getting into places. You can burn like broken trunnions, or you're trying to cut inside of a deep like channel, valley, angle. You just can't reach a conventional torch in there. There's one of those. Then from there, that's kind of up to you. Those are the two that I think that are kind of like specialty, but then whatever plate thickness you're usually cutting with. So then a lot of guys will carry like a number 1 or a number 2, or if you're into propane and heavy cutting, get into the higher numbers or whatever. But anyways, these are designed to fit in your conventional. Don't get me wrong, I don't, this style of Victor torch, at least here, might not be the same where you live, but there's 2 kinds. There's journeyman and apprentice style torches. I think these might be slang terms, I might be wrong, but I have like 5 of these torches. I know Dylan has one of these torches. I think everybody uses one of these torches. They make them in a firepower version, a cheap knockoff version that are identical. And yeah, as far as I know, Harris and stuff also uses the same nut. So, and you're gonna be able to fit torch tips regardless. So yeah, if you're using like a Harris or a Victor or Bach gases, or there's lots of different style torches, propane, cutting, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it also comes with a holder for your torch tip cleaners. So if you guys follow Isaac, Icy Weld, you'll see that he cleans his torch tip like almost every time he uses it. And he is the torch master. So there's something to be said about that. So yeah, little torch tip carrier in there. You got your torch tip holders, lots of different mounting points. So if you're trying to hit a stud, or you're screwing it into the side of your service truck body, or if you're trying to hold it up with magnets, you can get these magnets on Amazon. I'm not sure if Dylan's gonna offer this kind of stuff with the other stuff or not, but if there's enough reason to, he probably will. So if you want magnets with your stuff, you should let him know. Very easy guy to get a hold of. Always fast response. This is not some corporate business. This is him and hopefully his wife at some point, just building cool stuff. He's got a laser table, really nice brake press, plasma table too as well, like 3-bay shop, like that he built himself. Like this, we're talking like cares about the stuff that's leaving the shop. So if you see something that you don't like, or you see something you do like, or you see something that you want let him know. Message him on Instagram, send him an email, go on his website, send him a carrier pigeon. I don't know. He'll make it for you. And this stuff's all really reasonably priced, like very reasonably priced. Everything seems to be made out of like heavy material. This is not 16 gauge. This is not 14 gauge junk. We're talking like 10 gauge or 3/16 or whatever, depending on the product kind of thing, right? But so let's get back to this one. You know, your mounting points, you could potentially put a flush head magnet on here and here and here and here, and I guarantee you that'll hold it. Like these things are good for, this one here is probably 25 pounds of force. So you put 75 pounds of force, it'll probably stick to the side of your service truck. This is good for guys that have service trucks that they run for somebody else, you know, and you want to take your tools with you. You don't want to be firing self-tappers into single panel doors or rivets or whatever on a truck that you don't own. But you can still be organized in a truck that somebody else owns. That goes a long way too as well, in my opinion, of being an employer of people. If I see initiative like this where this thing is not very much money, but if I saw this and the torch was hung up, and the other thing too as well is the striker goes right here. So you break it loose here, you can hang your torch up here. You can hang your striker up right there. So you've got every element of what's happening here with a cutting torch on the side of your service truck wall, on the side of your torch cart, on the wall at your shop, at the side of your fixture table, next to your bedroom table. I don't know. It's everything that you're going to need that's involved with running a cutting torch. And there's enough room here for interpretation where that this is not designed just for one kind of torch kind of thing, you know, like this is going to fit with this torch, but you're also going to be able to hang your rosebud here if you're just like a guy that heats stuff. If you're not a guy that does the cutting or whatever, you don't have to use all this, but there's still a nice convenient factor there to be able to have all your things in one place. Being organized isn't easy, but it makes things easier. And if you can get into that kind of trend, your jobs go faster. People pay attention, whether you're employed or not employed, like whether you're self-employed or you're working for somebody else. If you do things quick and you do things properly, and presentation is a huge thing. You open up that service truck cabinet door and everything falls out, that doesn't look good. And it looks unprofessional, especially you get this kind of stuff, you get pulled over by the DOT and you got like, your torches are probably in a cabinet or in a holder or something like that. They open the torch cabinet door and everything falls out onto the ground. It's not gonna look good. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. So yeah, there's your he's probably gonna have better words for this, and we should have maybe came up with titles for this, but you know, torch organizer bracket, probably a better name he'll come up with. But yes, there's the first one. The guy's not limited to metal either. He seems to be doing quite a bit of 3D printing. There's a lot of stuff there. I got stuff that I thought that I could use. One thing I thought that would be handy for myself is there's a totally 3D printed tungsten holder. Super cool. It's not knurled, but like it has ribs in it, the kind of thing to come apart. Big aggressive thread on it. It's not fine thread and gonna strip out on you. Can take some force. Guy's not gonna produce junk. I'm impressed with it. It's cool. It's not expensive and helps you stay organized as far as your tungstens go. Is good for combo welder type guys. Obviously they make these things, but I had everything in a pack out, and not that pack out is not the best way to do these kinds of things. Don't get me wrong. It's a good platform as far as a painting with a broad brush, but being able to access stuff individually without like pulling the pack out, opening it up, laying it down on the table. Like if you, like I say, like if you have organizers like that torch tip thing, this just, you know, sitting on a shelf or whatever, or sitting next to your TIG welder, it just makes things easier. And the easier things are for me, the more I want to do the thing kind of thing. So inexpensive product, good idea. Kind of interesting that it's 3D printed too, because I don't know anything about that. I have never done it myself, but it's cool to see what someone can come up with the computer and a dream. Probably not limited to just tungsten. I mean, there's probably a lot of other stuff you could actually do with this. It's up to your imagination. This one was cool too. Lens box, 2x4 by quarter, pipeline helmet, sugar scoop, pancake. Sure, I'm not I'm sure there's more than just that takes it, but anyways, I wear a sugar scoop welding helmet. Dylan wears a sugar scoop welding helmet. It's the fiber metal pipeline, or there's probably a proper name for it, but anyways, it's like a white half circle with a 2x4 by quarter lens. That lens is like unanimously the most common for welding helmets. We've got just a 3D printed box. It's got hinges, there's lenses right on it. You can put a bunch of lenses in there. I don't know exactly how many. I'm not going to say a number because I'm going to be wrong, but you can fit months worth of lenses in here. I have them always just kind of floating around my glove box, and I don't think that that's the best way to do it. I think that, again, organization helps you be fast, makes it easier on your body, makes you look more professional, keeps you less frustrated, lets you do your job. So again, not an expensive product, you know, not something I've ever seen dedicated before. It just goes to show you somebody that does this for a living and wants to build stuff that makes your life easier, which is really cool, I think. So yeah, simple idea, great idea. Gonna go in my glove box and hold on my lenses. I also like to keep a couple fixed shade lenses in case the auto darkeners ever die. I know some of you guys probably just use auto darkeners or just use fixed lenses, but I'll keep a couple different shades of fixed lenses that'll fit in here too as well. If my auto darkener ever dies, or you're in certain scenarios, I find certain strong LED lights or forklift lights will set them off, and if it's pulsating while I'm trying to get tacked up, I get frustrated. So a fixed lens doesn't do that. If your batteries die or something like that, and which it doesn't really happen, but that happened before. I've dropped my helmet and broken the glass in my auto darkener. Just throw a fixed shade in to get through the day, or keep a backup auto darkener in here as well. That'll work. So yeah, great idea, cheap idea, good gift thing too as well. You get a significant other in your life that welds, great gift idea. Continue on the trend of 3D printed items. Just simple things. We were calling it like a welding helmet holder when we were talking, but this is not limited to that. So if you had a wall right there, this has like a 60 degree or 82 degree or whatever the common countersink is. Screw goes through there, screw goes through the bottom. You can stick it on a stud in your wall. There's concrete walls, you can stick a Tapcon in it. Just something to hold your welding helmet. Has a home instead of bouncing around. The other thing, the reason that I like it, because I'm more service truck based, is again, you take the very hard to remove magnets, and you get, I don't know if Dylan's gonna offer these or not, you should tell him, Dylan, offer that, you know, that's an add-on, you should do that. And so it's countersunk. It's countersunk there, so you can have a flush head screw that goes in there. And then it's flat there, but you get yourself a magnet with a countersink on the backside. These are from Amazon. And go ahead like that, put a screw right through there. Be super cool, because it's be flat because of the countersink and flat because of the countersink. Again, 25 pounds. My welding helmet weighs like a pound. So outside of the welding truck flipping upside down, which you got bigger problems, it's probably gonna stay on there. Also good for shielding gas, hoses, extension cords. It's really like you're limited by your imagination by this kind of thing. Like literally anything you want to hang up there that has a slight curve to it will go up there. But yeah, we were thinking welding helmets. If you also had maybe like in your service body, you had like a 25-foot shielding gas thing hooked up all the time. Hang it up on here, a lot cheaper than a reel, but keeps you organized. Not limited by the mounting points. And if you have an idea of how to make this a mounting point, and if Dylan thinks it's a good idea, which it likely is, if you're willing to go out of your way to tell him, he's going to make it for you. You tell him you got this, you know, E-track system or whatever, he'll design something for you. He's a real good guy. Two of those, probably a welding helmet and a cutting shield or something like that in my service truck. A lot of this stuff's going to go in the Kenworth because I'm not taking the 5500 out of service yet. Okay. The next thing, he's been making these for a long time. He's got a lot of time and effort into these. These are cool. I have one of these in my 5500, and I've had it in my 5500 for 2 or 3 years now. I drove my truck down to Dylan's shop to help to mount a crane and to mount one of these, and we put a toolbox in my truck, and he's really good at that kind of getting organized stuff, so he helped me out a lot with that. So here's another one. This is for a Harbor Freight tool cart, but it's not limited to that. I just put it on the door of my service truck. So this has a lot of features that's really cool. He's brake presses them all up. This one isn't a finished one. I don't know what he's gonna do for all of this stuff as far as like powder coating versus just raw. I don't know if he's gonna sell stuff that's welded versus not welded. This is just a raw, bent, unwelded version because I'm buddies with him, and I was like, hey, you can give me that. But yeah, I know that he sells them on his website welded. I don't know if he's gonna sell them on his website unwelded. Should hit him up, say, you know, I want this unwelded, I want to do it myself. It's a good project for your weekend hobby, you guys. Yeah, so it goes on the side of a Harbor Freight cart through those mounting holes, but it's not limited to that. You can put it on anything. You can put it on the side of your welding table. You know, you can put it on your service truck. You can put it on the wall of your shelf, your shop. Start with the top here. Got a bunch of different size holes. These are good for screwdrivers, spud wrenches, extension, literally any kind of hand tool. You could fit a pair of pliers in there. You could do anything inside of there. You got a big long slotted piece here. I like this one for my rubber mallet. You can slide the big handle through, but it doesn't fall through. There are 2 small holes there. I keep a pick in there, and I think I held one of those magnet things in there too as well. And then you got 2 big holders here. I put 2 chipping hammers in this one and a steel hammer in that one. And then 2 big circles here. You've got a place to hold. I put a spud wrench there, and then I put or a spud wrench here, and then I put a pair of big channel locks just inside of there. They're always there when I get where I'm going. Truck gets whipped around on roads. Mine's welded to the side of my box, so it's not going anywhere. Yeah, if it works in the service truck, it'll work on your tool cart. Yeah, and then the bottom thing that I didn't actually notice the first time I got it, but I noticed now, is the you can put air tools underneath here. So probably not for service truck because it'll bounce around, but if you're putting it on the side of your tool cart or in a fixed static position like a bench or a wall in your shop or something, great for that. This is just like your conventional fitting. It'll fit more than just that, but yeah, like the standard fitting that comes on all the tools you buy these days. So yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So you can hang up your air ratchet, your needle scaler, your die grinder, whatever your flavor choice is. The Harbor Freight 5 tool cart organizer. Lots of cool stuff. Does many things. It's got dimples in it, looks cool. Yeah, very well built. It's cool. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Hammer holder, but not your run-of-the-mill cheap hammer holder. Like you could put if you put this in the stud or weld it or screw it to something solid, you put 3 15-pound sledgehammers on it, no problem. It looks thicker than an 1/8. I think it's 10 gauge, but under 3/16. But anyways, yeah, like you are not bending this. This is not going anywhere. Doesn't make things out of cheap stuff. Simple, self-explanatory, works well. Mounted on the wall. I'm putting it on the wall in the service truck. I'm gonna probably rivet it to the wall. I think mine has some panels, so it's not like, so I don't have to break through the other side, obviously. But so you see screws sticking through the door, I don't want that. But I'm probably gonna rivet on mine. But yeah, concrete walls, stick it on studs, wood, weld it to the side of your metal, something or other, drill and tap it, do whatever. There's lots of options there. You got lots of different mounting holes there. There's 5 in total. I'm not saying you have to use all those, but really cool product. Stuff like this is like, there's lots of cool things like this. He's got lots of different types of organizers. This isn't the only stuff that he makes, like I say. So go on his website. Go look at the stuff. There's stuff that I just looked at a minute ago to get refreshed on his video that I didn't even know he made, and I was like, I need to order it. You know, there's some TIG rod organizers that I kind of want to get. Or there's a pry bar organizer for the side of a Harbor Freight tool chest, but it has like a little bottom thing on the bottom so you can catch the bottom of the pry bar. I thought that'd be great for a service truck so it's not banging against the door as you go across roads or whatever. Yeah, take a look at his website. There's lots of really cool stuff there. Oh, and by the way, I paid for this stuff. This is not, he didn't give this stuff to me for free. This is not like, hey Lucas, you know, plug this stuff so and I'll give it to you for free. That's not what this is about. This is a guy making cool stuff and I like it and I appreciate it and I want to show it off. If I thought it was junk, I wouldn't show it to you. The last one, and I'm gonna put this, before we upload this, I'm gonna use this and show it to you because this stuff is cool and well thought out, especially the torch hanger thing. That's cool and well thought out. This is by far the most like, oh, he actually does this. This is some sort of like hardcore aggressive thread that is like hard to get or whatever. But this is designed to go on the top of your pipeline or cloud umbrella. You unscrew the top part, that plastic cap that goes over the top to keep the fabric from blowing away, and you screw this on, and then you can now hang thing from your crane. So I thought that was genius, and like I think he's working on other stuff for you being able to use your umbrella and use your crane at the same time kind of thing. But the thing with this is that if it's raining or something like that, you can lower this down like right above where you're working. And if you don't know what a pipeliner's cloud umbrella is, it's a umbrella it's a well-built umbrella. There's two variants, one that's like 8 feet and one that's 10 feet. I have a 10-footer. They're designed to hold up to West Texas 60 mile an hour winds or something. I don't know. You go on the website. You tell me what you think. I know that mine works good. I don't use mine for wind because it's not that windy. Actually, that's not true. I'll lay mine on the ground and use it as a shield for when I'm using dual shield a lot. But as far as the crane attachment goes, you can lower this down like right above your head, unscrew the base of it kind of thing so the staff's not right in your way, and have a 10-foot thing around you so that the water runs away from you if it's raining. I thought that was genius. You can lower this down and then that doesn't limit you from putting your crane all the way down, because that doesn't always work, right? Like if you're in a tight spot and you have your crane all the way up, you can lower the umbrella down to right where you're working. If you lower the crane all the way down, like I have a 10,000 pound crane, it's pulled all the way in. I can't get in that tight radius around the truck, especially if I'm working on the bench or something, unless it's all the way up, in which case you have to lower the winch. So this is smart. Like I said, I'll put a video in here of this working because I'm excited to use it. And then the sun. Yes, when the sun is in the middle of the sky, it's easy to protect yourself from when it's mounted on the side of the crane. But when it's coming from the side or something like that, a lot of the time you end up like you want to like put the umbrella on like an angle or something like that. A lot of the time I end up laying the thing right on the ground. But the only problem with that is that it'll start to like roll away or blow away in certain directions. With this, you could at least keep some tension on there so that, yeah, it may move a little bit, but you're not going to be like me and be chasing my umbrella across the parking lot when I'm supposed to be welding. Customers standing there going, look at this idiot. Stuff like this makes you look professional. It's a nut with two pieces of really well cut, laser cut steel on it. But like, buy it, just throw it in your service truck, use it. No headaches, no muss, no fuss, just a product that works. You're not R&Ding. He had a bunch of versions of these, and this is the best one he could come up with. This one fits inside of the tube that the Pipeliner's Cloud comes with, comparatively speaking to like if you like drill the hole in yours, or like, you know, you figure out a way to hook up a ratchet strap to it kind of thing. But yeah, great product. Buy it, use it, tell your friends, show people, share it on your Facebook local pages, all that kind of stuff. This is a good idea. This is a really good idea, and this is going to go fast. People are going to like this, I'm sure of it. So yeah, Pipeliner Cloud, crane mount / whatever mount, like if you can hang it on anything. Learning time. There's a difference between the thread on the 8-foot and the 10-foot Pipeliner Cloud. So Dylan's aware of this. So if you buy one right now, make sure it's the red one. I'm sure he's gonna have a 10-foot version here shortly, likely. I'm assuming on my end that he's gonna build it, because I just talked to him briefly about it, but by the time you guys see this, it'll probably already be sorted. So just go to the website, check it out, see if he's got 10 foot, see if he's got an 8 foot. I know he's got an 8 foot. Yeah, I have a 10 footer, so I was gonna do a demonstration for you guys, but I don't have the ability to use that. So yeah. The rest of this video, this is gonna be like a part 2 kind of thing. This is all the stuff I got from Harbor Freight / stuff that I learned about at Harbor Freight that I ordered to come kind of thing. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, dislike if you said that I did something wrong and said something wrong, you let me know. Tell me what I got to work on, because I'm just a human being like the rest of you. Yeah, if you have subscribed, I really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.